Hello everybody, welcome back to Sharon from Vivid Day. We're going to have some fun with brush today. I'm going to break down my process in 7 bite-sized chunks. Feel free to pause or fast forward to any section that may add value to you. I am just going to show you my full process, warts and all, and the aim of this is to help you connect with your canvas and get your paintbrush out and learn by doing. I've got a reference photo of my journal book that's just down the floor. I'm not going to replicate it, I just wanted it there for reference. Now, at each stage, I encourage you to wash your brush out and change your water. We're going to work in 3 zones, which is the sky, the ocean, and then the lapping ocean, should I say, onto the beach. And then I'll come through and repeat the process 3 more times, and the 7th stage will be just coming and adding those details. Now, each section I'll do a little bit of commentary and a little bit of music. With the sky colour, use a blue that speaks to you. It doesn't have to be blue. You can make your sky whatever you want to do. But I scuff a lot with my paintbrush. I don't apply a thick amount to the canvas. But when you're doing your base layer, which is the one I'm doing, more paint is better, so you don't have those little holes coming through of the white canvas. I tend to mix my paint on canvas. You may not want to do that, but I find that's where I get a little bit of better toning and some less perfect brush strokes is what I'm trying to say, which helps bring vibrance in your sky alive. Now, I kept working over it until I got a colour that I was happy with. Remember to always keep your darker areas towards the top corners, and the sky is getting lighter near to the the horizon. Now with my sky, I add my clouds while the acrylic sky is still wet, and I add the tiniest little bit of white to it, and I scuff it in a circular motion. I don't overcommit with my paint, and for me it works. It helps create more cotton clouds. The blue comes through, so it adds a little bit more depth. And I might not at this stage 100% commit to the clouds as though they're the clouds that are going to stay. By doing this, it helps me understand maybe the sky's coming alive. Maybe I want to see more clouds going to the back. Maybe I just want to redo the clouds because I'm unhappy. So on your first layer, less is more. You're going to come back on the next layer when we rotate through, so don't become too precious. However, if you do find a cloud that you absolutely love, you can leave it and you can edit it around it. For me, I wanted to keep my clouds fairly low to the horizon. I didn't want too much going up in the sky. I'm using the reference image that I created a year ago as reference, and I'm slowly adding bits more white, and again only dabbing a little bit of white on the edges just to try and capture where that sun might be hitting it, or to just give you that little bit of depth. Once I've come through this section, you'll see I'll come in with my finger, and that's just to flatten out anything that's got too much paint in there, because I didn't want to create too much texture at this stage. All the way along, feel free to fast forward to the parts that's relevant to you, or listen to it with the volume down and just watch me create if that's what you will enjoy. The video, you will get up close and personal. You'll start to see more of me painting. I just wanted to feel like I was connecting with you all. It's been a while. It's been nearly 6 months since I've posted a video. Not because I don't care about you all or my channel or my art. There's just been a lot going on, and it's all good stuff, but I just needed to focus on other things. Now I'm back, and hopefully I will get a video out to you once a week. As far as the painting, you saw me brushing out on the horizon. That was just to soften and give a little bit of haze and a little bit of blur between where the ocean and that sky is going to meet. And I'm just showing you a close-up. I had put masking tape on there, and when I pulled that off, that just helps give you a nice, neat line for your horizon. Now, you don't need to have it neat, because sometimes that blurring it out, and I'll come through with a brush to blend through that line, which is hard to see while I'm doing it. So again, to start with, I come in with a darker blue And you'll see me come in with a white, and I will start to fade it out and add different tones until I get a reflection of the sky colour coming into the ocean. I'm not trying to get a solid colour. I'm not really trying to create an ocean at this stage. I am just blocking out my colours. And if something happens nice along the way, that'll inspire me to keep going. Now, you could choose to use masking tape on the sky once it is dry to give you that nice clean line. For me, because I know I was going to go through with a wet brush to try and soften that line, I wasn't too bothered, but it's not cheating. It's whatever's going to work for you. And then I come through with a little bit more white on my brush and start to blend it through. Now here I've just got my brush well rinsed out, and there is just a tiny little bit of water on there. So I go through one way and the other, and you can see you start to get like a little bit of a softer edge. You can do this as many times as you want, but you are going to risk them, if you don't have masking tape there, that your arm could move and you might flick it and not get it as straight. But again, I've just rinsed it fully out and coming back through for another flyover just to soften that up. Now, come back in the other way and at any stage, stop. Once I was happy with that section, I'm just now coming through and bringing some of that sky colour through to my ocean, but trying to leave the very back area darker. And I will blend through some of the ocean green colours, but this one stays mainly blue in the distance. Again, I'm not going for perfection at this stage, but I am just trying to connect with it. Once I feel I've got enough sky colour through, I'll start to work on the foreground and work out where my ocean's going to be. As mentioned before, I like to blend on my canvas. So you could see I've added my Indian Ocean blue colour there. And I will add a little bit of water and a little bit of white and keep blending it through to get that nice blend. So sorry that you're getting to see a little bit of shadow there of me. And I'm going to not do any more commentary here other than white, water, blending, mapping out. Have some fun and keep going back and forward until you find something that you really enjoy. Let the canvas and the paint tell you what your painting is going to be. And if it goes somewhere different, just enjoy the ride. Anyway, I will be quiet now for the next part. Now I'm just going in with a little bit of the darker colour on my brush. It's still fairly wet, but I'm just trying to add a little bit more, I don't know, depth or difference in colour and maybe a suggestion of where there might be a rolling wave about to come in, just so it's not so flat. Now, this is an option. You don't have to do this. This is just my process, but I will go back in and edit a little bit more depth to the ocean, different tones, and understanding where it could be. Now you can just see there's a tiny little lines where, to me, I am having a suggestion of where I might build my waves. Now I have mixed here a purple, a yellow, and a white to create my own sand colour. It's not going to be a beautiful sand colour to start with, don't worry, because again, this is your first layer. I come in and add more white to create a more whiter sand. If I want it to be a more muddier colour, I'll add more purple, but if it's got too much purple tones, I'll add more yellow. And again, I'm currently mixing it on canvas. You can see I'm scuffing again, and that's just to make sure I'm getting right into those little nooks and crannies of the canvas. And again, I'm not too precious about where my shoreline will be. My ocean has fully dried at this stage, and that's important, so I'm not creating too much mud, or I just want suggestions of where the sand is going into the ocean or the ocean is lapping onto the sand. And for me, I just added some fun, add some fun with this section and start to work out where are going to be the drier patches, where are going to be the parts where maybe the shadow from the ocean. When you're scuffing into your ocean, you need very little paint on your brush. It's almost dry. Take off the excess and scrub it in. But again, I'm trying not to overcommit, but just trying to understand where the composition will be. Now, I will leave you a little bit just to watch it, and I am just trying to understand where will I create the curves of the ocean. I didn't want it to be just a straightforward one coming forward because I've done quite a few of those. And I don't get it right to start with, but I'm not too worried at this stage because I know I can paint over it. As long as there's no big lines of paint there that's going to leave an impression on the canvas, I just draw basically with my paintbrush, and you'll see me do it, go back and edit it out. But by doing this, it helps me understand composition, it helps me think a few stages ahead, and I have some fun with it. And I change my sand colour, I blend a little bit more ocean through to it. And each stage with this is have an almost dry paintbrush and just scuff it. And scuff it means you can hear it on that dry canvas and that dry paint, and you're really just rubbing it in there. But that's lovely because it means not everything comes off in a solid colour. You're going to have gaps, which is going to help to that effect of the ocean overlapping it. So I just do a dance until I'm happy. Remember to have darker spots to help create the bumps that you're going to get in your sand, and the lighter spots as well where the sun will be hitting it. So these are our first 3 stages. I'm very happy with how it is. Oh, you get to see me now. And then we are going to continue to work on the different sections. I'm not too sure if I'm going to do sand now, ocean or sky, but either one, when I work on it, I work on them separately until they start to blend together. But the process is just repeated where I've talked about. I'm no longer going to speak. I'm going to let you just watch this, ask questions. Where you see me glancing to the right is where I'm just looking at my reference photo. And this is where I'm editing it out. Again, I talked to you before about edit out if you're unhappy. Keep reworking it. Some of those colours that you've put down before will still come through. You've not lost anything in doing it. You're just layering it, adding more depth and bringing it more alive. But thumbs up, subscribe, share, comments always welcome, and I love to interact with you, and I hope you don't mind seeing a slightly longer video from me and also my weird faces while I'm painting. But this is me, this is Sharon. This is my reality. I'll see you on the next video, but for now, enjoy the music. Keep safe, keep well, keep creating. Bye bye.